Hello.
Action.
Isn't it always scary to like start and then you don't know if this is actually working, even though you tested it?
It is, because it's like, am I wasting my time right now? Is every single thing that I'm saying a complete waste of time because it's going to sound absolutely awful? But I think our audio on the last one was pretty awful and we still kept it. So I think that's a little bit liberating.
And you know what also is, you know what reminds me of is like, remember back in the day when you would like write a paper and you would of course have procrastinated. So you had like an hour before class started and you would take the risk of not hitting the floppy drive save every 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, I'm just going to sit there, I'm just going to type it out and I'm just going to hope it doesn't crash.
Then you kind of secretly hope that someone else in your class didn't hit the save. And then you're like, this just so you could say, should have hit the save. You know? You know my secret? I hit the save.
Yeah, it used to be like a twitch or a tick or whatever it's called, where you'd be like,
then autosave came. Autosave came and kind of ruined the whole.
I know, people don't really appreciate how often you had to hit that save button.
Yeah, if you're using like Google Docs now and it's constantly autosaving, you don't know the stress.
No, you don't.
That the older generation went through.
Right.
When they were writing a paper and they were hoping, dear God, please don't let everything get deleted.
And then sometimes you'd be like in a really good thought train. So you'd just be like, you know, like, oh, I am really in the groove right now.
Yeah.
And then you would type
power outage.
Yeah. And then it would just go away.
Now you have to redo everything. Congratulations. You just got really fast at typing the same thing over. Hope it was as good as the first time.
It's never
as good. It's never quite as good. You're like, man, I was really on a roll there.
You don't even remember what you're gonna say. You're just like, because you're so upset.
Yeah.
You're just like,
yeah, it's terrible.
I do have the similar thing now though with Google Docs or OneDrive, one of the two, and I've stopped sharing them because I don't trust people, because people will overwrite my good ideas. Have you ever had that?
What? No.
Like you share a doc so you can both edit it, and then somebody accidentally deletes your good ideas and puts in their own.
No, the cell is literally highlighted.
Yeah,
that somebody's in there.
They don't care.
Oh no, you got to get out that highlighted cell. I'm like, get out.
No, they don't. They just write out. They're like, why is it purple?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, no, I would be very frustrated with that. But
totally.
I have one of the problems that's also kind of obnoxious where like one of my superpowers, I guess, in the work world is that I'm really good at brainstorming and thinking of ideas. But that is a kind of obnoxious for my other coworkers because they're like looking at a spreadsheet and it's like, everyone come with 2 ideas. And then it's like, Allie has 27.5 ideas. Right. And they're like, again? With all the ideas, but I started to try to delete some. I've really tried to be like consciously aware of that. And so I will try to now put my notes somewhere else and then give everyone else a chance to put their ideas in first. And then I come in on like the 11th hour and I just paste my ideas at the end and delete out anything that might have like overlapped so that the other person gets like the credit. So I feel like that's kind of being like a nice
game like that. It's called like categories or something.
Oh, I don't know. That's a game? We steal people's ideas?
No, just remember, you like have to write an idea down. If you both have the idea, then
there you go.
Okay, so on our topics today, we need to talk about what do you do if you find dead animals in your lawn, specifically rodents, people. Okay, you're not getting gross with it.
Yeah,
you found a mole,
or just a dead animal around your house. So guest star, the dogs. So let me just backpedal this.
Too many dogs.
We have so many dogs and so many different barks. That's a pug bark, in case you hadn't guessed. But it could be a fun game that we play during our podcast, like name that dog.
Or people could drink every time they heard a dog bark.
Oh, that'd be good. Look, I got a Fresca on the standby. Hold on. Can you see this in the video? Guess what, everyone? We're video recording this because we feel like we want to really take it to the next level and make a YouTube channel.
And I have to pull my weight.
I mean, honestly, Vanessa mentioned our YouTube channel in a previous podcast and it doesn't exist. It does not exist. She's like, catch it on the YouTube. Vanessa, we don't have one.
I'm going to make one.
Pull your weight, man.
I am. You've done a lot of work for this podcast and I have not. I threw out the idea. I made you do the first one and you really took it to another level. Yeah. I'm going to have to give you more of than my half.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. And even if like no one ever listens to it, I'm like,
we got 50 downloads.
We got 50 downloads. Oh my gosh. So thank you. If you've listened, if you're one of those 50, Man.
You know what else I've heard?
Love ya.
I've seen some podcasts where they read the reviews at the beginning, and I feel like we might get some not nice reviews, and they would be funny to read.
It would be pretty funny to read. I also
like that cackle.
We keep asking for comments, yet we don't have a comment area. I thought you put one on. No, because I don't see that option. So anyway, just know I'm going to investigate adding a comment section because I really do want to hear it. I guess even if you are like, that was the worst podcast I've ever listened to in my life, I'm never going to get back those, 32 minutes. Dear Lord, stop making noise. Like, you're wasting your time, ladies. Like, even if it says something like that, I'm like kind of emotionally preparing for it.
Yeah. That's why we have to read them.
It's good feedback. It's valid feedback.
I've listened to some podcasts where they read the bad ones out loud, and it's actually really funny.
Well,
one of them, one podcast I read, he goes, I had to stop listening to Pete because he spits every time he says, and he obviously doesn't have a guard. How to Be Awesome at Your Job podcast. Shout out.
Yeah. Oh, if this sounds better this episode, we do have a brand new mic. This thing, it's called the Blue Yeti microphone. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really doing the trick. I mean, it's certainly better than the Diamond Tears microphone that we had last time, or the MacBook.
Yeah.
Internal built-in microphone. So we're taking it up a level. We're taking our viewers
but if Apple wants to sponsor us, we will change our views about that built-in.
Yes,
microphone.
Apple. We are available for really liking something else. if you're interested,
we will change our opinion.
Yes, we are 50. Did we mention we've got 50 listens here? Okay, 50 listens. I know.
Okay, wait. Back to the dead animal.
All right.
Okay, so take us through what's going on.
My emotional trauma of finding a dead animal in my yard. Okay, so we have a cat. His name is George. He's absolutely beautifully majestic. He is a ragdoll cat. So he's kind of like a tan color, and then he's got like a black around his face, but then he's got these big blue eyes. Yeah. And anyway, he just looks like amazing. And my son Beckett nicknamed him King George because he's so regal.
He is regal.
He is very regal, and he just kind of
he does like
he's kind of saunters around, and he's kind of a neighborhood cat because he literally belonged to one of my previous neighbors who moved away and then lived in an apartment where she couldn't keep him. And I was like, I'll take him and foster him. And
give him back.
Well, she never got to the point where she could take him back. And I was like kind of secretly happy myself because I love that
George
cat.
Is a good cat.
Like he's the type of cat you saw on the street and you're like, man, I want a cat like that. That cat is good looking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And he's like a dog, like he'll follow you.
Oh my gosh. He literally goes on walks with us.
He's the type of cat that people who hate cats like.
Okay. Yes, I could see that because I will literally go on a walk down the street. Like,
is that how you walk?
This is my casual walk. Hey neighbor, But we will go down a walk down the street, and here comes George walking alongside us. Yeah. And now I actually have to be careful because he's so trusting that now he wants to go across the street of like kind of going fast traffic, like 30-mile-an-hour traffic, but he still goes at only the slowest pace in the world.
He is a slow walker.
He's so slow. He's got
not a fast walker.
No urgency to George's life. Literally none, unless he sees a squirrel or another rodent, which is why
Bring us back.
Which is why I had a dead mole.
What is
which I never really even saw a mole in person because they're underground. They're stealthy.
Do they look like what do they look like?
They look kind of like a mouse with a flat, like if you hit a mouse in the head with a frying pan and smash his face in.
What?
I'm just saying.
Is that a tail?
No, it's like the face. It's just not as snooty. It's not as, it's like mush.
I actually don't think mice are bad looking. I didn't
say
rats.
Okay.
I said mice.
They're okay. I don't love them.
Mouse?
It was honestly, it's a little bit cuter.
Really?
But slightly creepy at the same time.
Is it hard shell or is it furry?
It's furry. It looks like mouse fur. Oh. So we found it in the yard. So I think that George.
Wait.
Yeah.
Pause.
What?
How come there's no mouse fur coats?
Do you know how many mice it would take to make a fur coat? I don't think anyone wants that much work.
I just wonder, would PETA be against that? Would PETA be against a mouse coat fur coat? A mouse fur coat?
I think so, because you would take like an entire lineage out with the coat, with one go.
It
It was
was-
like 1,000 mice.
What's the song by Dolly Parton? My coat of many colors. My coat of many minds.
What? No.
Okay, back to the point.
Okay, so circling back. So we find this mole in the yard, and it's just dead.
Backyard or front yard?
Front yard, literally over, like as I'm walking over into, like to get into the SUV on the passenger side, just sitting there, like kind of getting closer to the neighborhood park, but still on my property.
The natural part, the
woods, the woods.
Your giant park.
My giant park, which is not giant, but it was sitting kind of right there, and I'm like, oh, gross. And so I really like Brian to take advantage of being a man in these situations, and I like to challenge him. Brian, that seems like a thing for you to do, cleaning that up. And he's like, what? Oh, why do I have to do it? And I look at him and I go, I don't want to touch that. That's gross. I'm
a lady.
I said, I'm a lady, and I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. Okay, I do not want to see that. So his brilliant mind, all I see is that he goes, he's like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna get this, whatever, I'll do it. And so he, marches over there. He finds a McDonald's milkshake cup. Okay, that's of all the containers that he thought to use, that was it. Because I don't know what to do. Like, do you bury a dead animal that you find in your? Do you throw it in the trash? So I think you throw it in the trash because it was small.
Yeah, like how big is it? It's like
it's the size of a mouse. It's the size of a mouse. Okay. So fast forward. That was a couple days ago. Fast forward to this morning, garbage day. Okay.
It's also garbage day for me on Fridays.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
I actually don't like a Friday garbage day.
I don't either, because a lot of garbage happens on the weekend.
A lot of garbage happens on the weekend.
And so it's like by Sunday, you're already stocked full, but now you've got extra bags. You don't know where to put them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. But whatever, it is what it is. We got what we got. First world problems, man. But so I walk out to the garbage cans. I'm like, because they always leave the lid open, which I also don't understand.
Oh my God, this is where this is going.
Why do they leave the lid open okay, just hold on. They leave the lid open of the garbage can, which, I mean, if it's raining at all, now you have wetness inside your garbage can. So I don't understand why they leave the lid off. Doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, to the side on the ground, I see a McDonald's milkshake cup. And as I'm walking towards it, I'm like, dear God, no, do not let that be that mole. Guys, I think you can guess that it was the mole. Okay, it was the mole. I walk up to it.
Wait, because you do buy so many McDonald's milkshakes that it may have been another one.
It could have been an innocent bystander of McDonald's milkshake cups. But no. This was the milkshake with the mole in it, which means
the mole was still in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The mole was still in it.
I wonder what happened there.
Well, what happened is that Brian didn't put it in a bag. That's what.
No, but
that's what happened.
Yeah, but do you think the guy, because you don't have like,
no,
like your guy has to like tip it over, right?
Yeah, we don't have like one of those garbage trucks where it has like the arms that just take your cans and toss it in. This guy obviously was taking garbage out with his hands, which, by the way, Brian Cletus, the garbage bin has always let it be known, no loose garbage. So not
moles.
Definitely no loose garbage with dead animals in it. Are you kidding me? You put it in a bag and then you put it in another bag.
Oh my God, I hope his hand didn't
or
touch
something.
it.
I'm sure to God hope his hand didn't touch it. I hope I don't get like egged or something. Can you imagine?
A notice.
Yeah, or like, you're disgusting. Don't leave things like that in the garbage for us. So I think now I'm gonna have like a bullet on my back here, little target.
I feel bad for the garbage guy.
I feel really bad. I honestly feel like, should I write him an apology note?
Maybe.
I think I might say that and just be
so
like.
Wait, do you think he took the cup and threw it?
Oh, I think he like picked up the cup and was like, and then just like, whoa, and then like just threw it to the ground as quick as he could.
Right.
And then probably gave my house an evil stare and went on his way to the next house.
That makes a lot of dead animals in this yard.
Just another day in the life. Oh, we've also found a dead squirrel once too, which is real gross. So George is on a murderous mission of animals around here.
Oh, you think George killed them all?
That's what I think.
I think the proper thing, let's rewind the clock. I think the proper thing to do if you find a mole in your yard, you get a shoebox from wherever you're going to get
Or if
one.
you haven't bought any shoes recently, or your mother
Use it as an excuse.
What if
Use it as an excuse.
What if your mother loves Samaritan's Purse and the shoebox kids, and so every shoebox that you get, you give to your mother because she sends it to children in Africa?
That's what I'm talking about, though. You just drive to mom's house. She lives 5 seconds away. You get a shoebox. You come back. You scoop the mold into the shoebox. You put the shoebox into an old Publix bag, tie it, say a prayer, put it in the garbage. Do you pray over that animal? I think you do.
I felt bad for it, but I didn't say a prayer. One time,
I would have. I would have just said like.
One time, when our cat Oliver passed away, we had a little kitty funeral for it in the backyard, and Brian played Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. Meet you at the crossroads.
That's so stupid. Wait, how many animals are dead on this property? A squirrel, a mole, a cat?
I don't know. The mole is going away, I hope. It's just still here to grow. Just don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to. But I think that garbage people in general are wonderful people.
Yeah, they're good. We have the best garbage people.
Except your recycling people in your neighborhood. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Okay, so we have our garbage service. We have our recycling service on separate days. Wednesday's recycling, Friday's garbage. Our garbage people legit left some money out for them for Christmas. They didn't take it.
What? Is that like, maybe it's against their rules?
I don't know. I don't think they saw it.
Oh.
But anyway, because they're like that awesome. They literally our garbage people. If you're listening to this and you're the garbage person for Rivertown in St. John's, Florida, I want to thank you because you're seriously awesome.
Killing it. Killing the garbage game.
They are so nice.
Sweet.
They put everything back. It is better. We are better for those people. You know who we're not better for? The lazy recycling driver. He has that automated truck where he like grabs it, and like throws it in. And our neighborhood is worse than before. Like you leave your can out and at least half the contents of your recycling can are on your front lawn.
How is that possible?
How is that possible? I think he tries. I think he tries to see how much can he get into the truck and how much can he leave on the lawn. Really?
Do you think that he would be incentivized if he got a bonus for items in the truck?
Well, that brings me back to my thing. So I called and I told the lady.
Oh my gosh! Now you're the Karen. Now you're the Karen. Oh, this is great. Okay, and what? How was that phone call?
Well, Shelly.
I
tried to phrase it nicely. I said, well, first of all, I needed a bigger can. So I was like, can you give me a bigger can? She's like, sure. And then I was like, Shelly, can I tell you something else? And she was like, fine. And I said, I just want to let you know that like a lot of us talk here in the Rivertown, and this is literally what I said to her. I go, and we're not sure if our neighborhood is better or worse than before you came.
Word on the street in Rivertown is that the recycled truck is making it worse.
It is. It's seriously so bad. And she was like, what? And I was like, when we put out our recycling, like all the recycling is in the can come Wednesday morning. And when we come back on Wednesday afternoon, all of half the recycling is on the street. And it's terrible. And I said, if I owned a business and people talk, this is what I said to her, if I owned a business and people talked about my business the way that we talk about yours, I would be embarrassed.
Oh, snap.
That may have been too much.
Yeah, it took it a little far. It was a little Karen-y.
And she was like, well, it's an automated truck. I said, I understand it's an automated truck, but
do you have eyes? Right. Do the people that are working on the truck have eyes and see the trail of garbage that then a gust of wind throws all over everyone's yard?
Right. It's almost like I don't even know if the arm is is it even stationed properly? Because
maybe there's a mechanical issue with your truck.
I think there might be. So anyway, she said a supervisor would call me back. He was on vacation this week.
Oh, I hope he's enjoying it.
So he was going to call me next week. And I told her I didn't need a call back. I just needed to let them know that maybe they could do something about this. And she took my number down.
Do you think that she immediately burned your number? Do you think she immediately burned your number? And
what do you think she said about me afterwards?
Scribbled on it.
What do you think she said about me?
She's like, that lady's crazy.
She's like, I hate those Rivertown people.
Yeah. So high maintenance. But I mean, a job, you should do a job well. Any job. Any job you should do to the best
Plus
of your
recycling.
abilities.
We're supposed to be helping the environment, and you're putting the
And you're
there's
literally
garbage
literally
in the
trashing,
lake.
literally trashing the environment. Isn't that what we're trying to avoid?
You know what's bad is that they come on Wednesday, and so the garbage people have to pick up the recycling people's mess. Do you think they have like a little war going on?
Oh, I bet there are. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like the Crips and the Bloods.
Yeah, I bet you there's something going on there because they're the same company.
Okay. Do you
think
think that
she goes, well, do you have this problem on garbage day? I said, no, my garbage people are amazing. I love them. They pick all the mess up.
That's the A team. Do you think the entry level B team or the recycling truck? Maybe. You have to work your way up to the garbage truck.
Well, that was the other thing too. He doesn't even put the garbage can back down. He literally, the recycling cans, I mean, are everywhere, upside down, sideways.
I almost feel like sometimes
it's ridiculous.
When I see my recycle thing, so I have like a little recycling cart because I just think it's fun to like wheel the recyclables out. So I have like this little cart, but they never put the bins. There's like it's like 2 layers to the little white cart. And they never put the bins back in the cart. They just leave them. They like throw them upside down into the road. And I'm like, was that easier than just putting it right where I left it?
Do you know what it reminds me of? On recycling day, when you're driving back through my neighborhood Wednesday afternoon, do you know what it reminds me of? Is Mario Kart and avoiding the banana peels.
Oh.
That's literally what it's like.
Oh yeah. Or
it's
you could
terrible.
try to hit the banana peels and get more points and just see how many points can you get on
those
your way home.
recycling bins are like $100.
Oh, I was thinking it was trash, not recycling.
No, the recycling bins because they're everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Shelly, she gave my name to the supervisor.
Sorry, Shelly. Sorry.
I'm not sorry. I said it very nicely.
Okay. Well, did you? Okay.
I did. I just said if I was a business and people talked about me like we talk about you. Now that
you're replaying it, doesn't sound quite as friendly or helpful.
Oh, I also added that if a competitor comes in, we would all.
Yeah. So, Shelly, I'm really trying to help you, but just to let you know, we're leaving. The second someone else gets here, anything else.
You know what I said?
We're out.
I said, well, Shelly, like, because if you had a competitor, like, I'm pretty sure all of us would leave because it's so terrible. And then I was like, well, I mean, I'm not sure if we could leave because you probably have like government contracts. I really just
really layered it on.
I was like, there may not be a competitor because it's a government contract, but if there was, it was a free market open for competition. We're out of here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Republic Recycling, that's who it was.
Beware. Okay, if you live in the area,
makes me
you've
sad,
been warned.
because I think they're a woman-owned business, so I want to support.
We want to support it. That's for sure. But is she supporting clean streets? That's what you need to ask yourself.
She's not.
She's not supporting clean streets.
So anyway, if you work in the garbage industry and I would love for you to come on this podcast and so we could talk to you about your life.
I don't understand how they can do it because the smell is so bad.
I can't even change a dirty diaper.
Do they wear nose plugs? Or do you think you just get
probably get used to it?
Do you think your nostrils get burned out from the bad smell?
I'm just so thankful we have people that do that.
Oh, me too.
So
can you imagine?
Yeah, well, I literally don't know what we do.
I mean, up north, like if you live on the farm, they don't even have garbage people because you just go burn all your trash.
Which is not good for the environment.
It's not good for the environment, but it is kind of fun. When you're doing it like once. Like if you have to do it all the time, it's obviously not so fun anymore. But I remember visiting my aunt up in Ohio at her farm, and Brady, this was a couple of years ago, so he was probably like 11, but he was like a little tiny caveman. He's like, I've made fire. And he was trying to literally find like any piece of garbage, anything.
You know, when you're a kid, you do.
He'd come back over and be like, is there a box from a 12 can of soda? Did you see a box anywhere? Any box that I can go burn right now. So I've never seen him never seen him so into doing chores than when he could burn the trash. It's a deep thought.
Those were our two. So the conclusion of this podcast episode.
It is Friday, by the way. So if you're watching this and you're watching it on a Friday, TGIF.
Yeah. And we also are pushing the line to go pick our kids up from daycare. We're gonna be pushing that. Must pick them up by X time.
Yeah, I told Beckett I was gonna pick him up at 5:00 and it's 5:01. So that kid is like,
you're at least 15 minutes away.
I'm gonna show up and that little 4-year-old is gonna be like, how dare you?
Violet told me that I had to stop picking her up after the sun went to sleep.
That's not our fault. That's like a daylight savings thing, which we should talk about that on another episode because I don't agree with it. Okay.
Yeah, we should be Arizona and don't do it.
Just don't do it. Just opt out. Why can't we opt out? I do not like getting off work and it's nighttime.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I also don't like when it's like 11 p.m. and still sunny.
Oh, I know. But I'd take that over this.
Well, I don't think it would work like that.
I can't even go on a walk. I had a chance
of
being healthy.
You just buy yourself a light up leash.
Oh, you think that's enough light that I'm not going to fall on a curb?
You couldn't bring a flashlight in that and go for a walk?
What? With George following me? George also likes to lay in the middle of the street, by the way. So like,
yes, he does.
And it's so bad that the entire neighborhood has like stopped me. It like, as I'm like, just doing other things outside the house. I'm like, excuse me, Allie, do you know that your cat is in the road? And I'm like, yes, I know. He has a death wish. We don't know why he's doing that, but I've prepared the whole family in case George ever gets run over because he literally just plops himself down in the middle of the road. I don't know what to do. I'm like trying to emotionally prepare.
Well, I just feel like there was a softer way to land that news.
Well, it's repeated. What's that? Is that a dog? Oh, it sounded like a fart. It was a snort. It was a pug snort, but that was very, very weird. I hope you caught that on the microphone. It was like, oh, there it is again. Name that dog.
I did clear my throat, and I apologize for those who listen to it.
Name that dog.
We don't know. That's also a good one. We should do a name that dog series.
Yes. Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
this has been
those
fun.
are the topics today. Oh wait. So the moles in the recycling. No wait. The moles in the milkshake.
Currently, I had to pick up the dead mole in the milkshake cup from the street. I bought a little Target bag and I put him in there, and then I put him over next to the trash can. But the next batch of other garbage, I'm gonna put the bag in another bag. So we're gonna like multi-layer. So there's
the dead mole's gonna be there for a week, another week.
Yeah, which is
Friday.
just gross. But is that? I mean,
maybe you should bury him.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do
that.
It's
just a little hole. I'll help you.
What if I hit a sprinkler? I just don't think it's worth the risk. Serious. I don't know that it's worth the risk. This guy, he chose the wrong household to build his little mole underground village with. We got a cat, we got 5 dogs, we got a lady who doesn't want to bury you. Just you chose wrong, man. He chose wrong. But we hope everybody has a great weekend. We hope
this is a ridiculous Momversations.
That's I can't even say it. This is Ridiculous Momversations, episode 3. I feel like 3rd time's the charm, so this could be our best one yet. I don't know.
No, they said we had to keep going until it's like 100 episodes.
Oh wow! I did hear some feedback the other day that people were enjoying the podcast with the children in the background, which was kind of a surprise.
I know, we got to come back with the children. Maybe this weekend we'll do it.
We will do one with the children because it's
on video.
Probably more fun to listen to, but it's really hard to have a thought when people are asking you for Lucky Charms. And oh wait, my favorite was Beckett telling me I was being too loud as I was.
My favorite was Aubrey piping in.
Oh, and Aubrey piping in,
we do need to bring her back too.
Who was doing podcast searches to find out if the name existed or not, which she said it didn't exist. And then I did my own Google search and I found out otherwise.
On the first O?
What?
Of the Google search?
Oh, when we were going to be Pointless Conversations. That one exists. So if you're Pointless Conversations, I mean, well done. You got that name first. So now we're Ridiculous Momversations, which I like it. I think it's better.
Yeah.
Because ridiculous is exactly what we are.
Yeah. So subscribe, comment with what you want when Allie puts the comment box up.
Oh, we also got a new theme intro.
Oh yeah. Tell us what you think about it.
Tell us what you think about it. I think it's fun because it has like a little upbeat tune and I feel like it kind of like puts you in the zone for when you're ready to listen.
Your eyes closed when you're saying that.
Because it does. It puts you in a zone. Get you right.
All right. We are signing off. We're going to stop chit-chatting.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.